Joining us now in a Closing Bell exclusive interview, Joanne Crevoiserat, Tapestry CEO. Joanne, welcome back to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks, Sarah. It's great to be here again.
So strong results across all the brands, Coach, Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman. Is it continuing into this current quarter? What are you seeing in terms of traffic and purchasing at the moment?
We reported standout results for fiscal 21, really highlighting the success of our acceleration program. As you mentioned, traction across all of our brands, across Coach, Kate Spade, and Stuart Weitzman. We've seen revenue sequentially improve across the year, exceeding pre-pandemic levels in the fourth quarter, led by digital and China. And, we see momentum building as we enter fiscal 22. Our guidance implies mid-teens growth this coming year to $6.4 billion in revenue, record levels for our company. And I do think it's important to highlight that throughout this year, we've delivered 4 consecutive quarters of operating income growth. So against last year and against pre-pandemic levels, we delivered record annual operating income as a multi-brand company. So through our work on the acceleration program, we're a fundamentally different company. We're reaching new customers in new ways, and we're more agile and nimble, and we're just getting started. We see tremendous runway ahead for all of our brands.
You sounded pretty bullish on China during the conference call. I know we're asked about it. Huge market for Coach especially. What are you seeing there with the rise in COVID Delta cases and the much stricter lockdowns that come with it in that country?
We've been in China for many decades, and we have a tremendous foothold in the market, and we see continued growth. Our brands are well positioned, targeting an emerging and fast-growing middle class in China. And we continue to see traction as we deliver product that resonates. We're driving innovation, engaging consumers more on digital platforms. And again, our growth in China in the last quarter alone, in the last year, was 60%. So our brands are well positioned and resonating with the Chinese consumer. I think one other data point I'd share with you is that we held our fashion show in Shanghai in the last quarter, and it was live streamed and very well received. So we have strong teams on the ground, and we're engaging consumers in that market.
Are you fearful at all of a fall in spending on your products because of kind of clampdowns from the Communist Party, or is that really seemingly just focused on the uber wealthy billionaires as opposed to just upper middle class people spending on handbags?
Well, what we have seen is continued strong engagement. And as I said, and to your point, our brands do target the middle class, and we see that as a fast-growing target market, and we continue to see strength in that market. And it's building both in our stores, but also on digital channels. We're driving innovation there. We're seeing consumers transact on live streaming, transacting on the TikTok of China and Douyin. So as we continue to innovate and deliver great product, we see continued traction in the market.
How is the handbag category doing, Joanne? I remember asking you during COVID, thinking that it must be suffering with people not out at work, and you were saying, no, they're still buying these big, giant leather handbags. So what's been going on now as people do gear up to go back to work sometime in the fall, or maybe delay that decision?
Well, we're really pleased to operate in this handbag category. It's a strong category, and we've seen strong consumer engagement. Pre-pandemic, to your point, we saw mid to high single-digit growth in the category. Even through the pandemic, really strong engagement. Some, through digital channels, they're finding ways to engage with our brand. And we expect that growth to continue post-pandemic. And what we've seen as we've come through the pandemic, and even recently, our signature platforms continue to perform. We're seeing growth across lots of different platforms. It's not just the wear-to-work tote or the go-out evening bag. We're seeing performance across our assortments, and we're getting closer to our consumers so that we know what they're looking for. But again, the things we're seeing are the signature platforms really performing across Coach and Kate Spade. And at Stuart Weitzman, I would say we shifted pretty quickly into casual so that we could respond to the casualization trend that we were seeing in the market. And now we're back into the bridal and dress styles, and we are seeing those styles pick up as in-person events begin again, and weddings are scheduled again, and in-person socialization is happening. So we are seeing a shift back into some of those dress styles.